All right, so today I want to talk about what you do after you sign a contract. So you've put in your time, you've spent, let's say your worst case scenario took you a full 8 hours to get that contract. I mean, you put in a lot of miles, you knocked a lot of doors, uh, you did the inspection, you filed the claim, you signed a contract with a homeowner. Now you have an important choice to make. Do you want to come back tomorrow and do that same thing, another 8 hours of knocking doors to get a contract? Or do you want to have someone else do your job for you? I am a big fan of having other people do work for me instead of doing work for myself, and I think you should be too. What we're going to talk about today is how to get referrals. Uh, Now, the most important thing, let's cover the most important thing about getting referrals first. The most important thing about referrals is that, especially when you're new, when you finish up getting that contract, you're going to be excited. I mean, you're going to be in a state of, yes, I mean, I got this contract, I'm excited, I got it. And if you don't do anything to make sure that you ask for referrals, then you are not going to ask for referrals. In the words of one of my favorite educators ever, do or do not, there is no try. Those are the words of the great Yoda from Star Wars, and I think they are as true as in sales as they are in the world of Jedis. So, um, what you need to think about ahead of time before you ever get that first contract, or I mean, if hopefully you've even got your first contract under your belt already. But before you put in that work to get to the point where you get in the door, you do the inspection, you sign a contract, you have a choice. Do I want to do this job the hard way, which is I do all this work, I get a contract, and then I start from scratch, do all the work again, or do I want to build momentum? Do I want each person I sign to lead to 4 or 5 referrals that lead to 4 or 5 more referrals, so that I'm too busy signing contracts to ever go knock a door? That's your choice. But in order to get there, it's not enough just for you to listen to this video about me telling you how to get referrals. You are going to have to, the um, this industry is littered with people who basically failed because they didn't put the time. They didn't prepare. Planning to fail is, or failing to plan is planning to fail. So. What I want to talk about is you need to practice how you're going to ask for referrals. If you don't have if you're not practicing asking for referrals, you're not going to ask for referrals. If you don't have you can either practice asking referrals. You can put you draw up your own checklist. What referrals do you want to ask for? What methods of referral do you want to ask for? Before once you've gotten a contract signed. One thing to keep in mind is the time that you ask for referrals, and the only time that you should ask for referrals is every time you talk to someone. There's no reason to not ask for referrals. I've put yard signs in customers who made an appointment for me to come back and file a claim. You should always be thinking, how can I make my job easier? How can I get contracts without knocking doors? That should always be your goal. So what I want to do is talk about a couple ways that we can get a couple great ways to get referrals out of the homeowners. And it's not just enough to ask, hey, could you refer me to someone? Do you know somebody that I could do another roof for? You need to train the homeowner and show them ways that they can help you out. So the first and the easiest way to get referrals is the yard signs. You should not have a good interaction with a homeowner and not ask for a yard sign, or ask if you put a yard sign in their yard. So let's say you're in a neighborhood where a lot of people have damage. You talk with someone who has a 3 or 4-year-old roof. You get up there, their roof's fine. They decide not to move forward. A lot of times when you have these conversations and you tell someone there's not enough damage, they will appreciate your honesty. They'll appreciate the fact that you're not the roofer that's just signing everybody up no matter what. Use that as an opportunity. Say, hey, Mr. Homeowner, thank you for letting me look at your roof. I'm sorry we can't get you a new roof today, but there is a lot of damage in this neighborhood, and I'm going to be doing a lot of work for a lot of your neighbors. Would you mind if I put a yard sign in your neighbor, or put a yard sign in your yard? If you set an appointment with somebody, hey, I'm coming back on Thursday. In the meantime, do you care if I put a yard sign in your yard? It just really helps us, get more business, and lets people know that we do good work. Always be looking for an opportunity to put yard signs. Yard signs are one of the easiest ways to. Basically, yard signs are sitting there for 24 hours a day. People are driving past them. It's an opportunity to get call-in leads from people. See the yard signs, they call into us, and it also kind of softens the beach for you. I mean, if you're working with someone and there's a yard sign, then you set a yard sign, people are driving past it for 2 days, and then you show up at their door 2 days later. Now they're kind of familiar with the AMP name. They know that you've been doing work in the neighborhood. Never miss an opportunity to put up a yard sign. The next thing I want to talk about is social media. Social media is an easy way for your homeowners to help you out. So the easiest way is, if they could take your card and post your name and information on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, whatever the Nextdoor. Nextdoor is also a great app to get some leads out of. All of these are great ways to get leads. Anytime you get a homeowner to post that on there, hey, Dustin came to my house and found hail damage from the recent storm. If you're interested in a free inspection, he's great to work with. Give him a call at this phone number. When people do that for you, if you get a homeowner to do that, suddenly you're advertising to 3,000 or 4,000 people on their Facebook lead. You will probably get 2 or 3 leads every time you get a homeowner to do that. The other thing that you can do is ask a homeowner, hey, are you on Facebook? Are you on LinkedIn? Would you mind if I friended you, and then I can kind of show some pictures of the process? It really just helps me drum up some more business. So let me kind of explain to you how this works. So if you sign up a homeowner and then you friend them on Facebook, now there's going to be, the next step is you're going to do an adjuster meeting. There's an opportunity to say, you're there at the adjuster meeting, you take some pictures while you're on the roof and post those on Facebook, tag that homeowner in it. Hey, here in this neighborhood, in this town, just got a roof bought from hail damage because of the recent storms. Give me a call if you're interested. Now, because you've tagged them in that picture, all of their friends see that. They see that you're getting their roof paid for. You're going to get some phone calls off of it. Same thing with the install. On the day of the install, you can take a picture of that, post it, tag them. It's displayed to all their friends. Great way to get referrals. So talk to the homeowner. Use social media. Use that as a great opportunity to get more leads. The other thing is other people in the neighborhood. So talk with homeowners. Say, hey, I noticed that it looks like that street right there across the street, that home across the street looks like it hasn't been done yet. Do you know who lives there? Oh yeah, that's Bill and Sandy. Any chance you got their phone number? Oh yeah, it's right here. There you go. There's your next lead. Hey, Bill and Sandy, I just talked with Fred. He said you need. Looks like you guys are needing a new roof. There's your way in. And then the last thing to think about is other buildings. You'll be surprised. I mean, every time you do an inspection, sign someone up and file a claim. Do you guys have any other buildings you want to look at? Maybe they've got a property that they own that their son lives in. Maybe they got some commercial rental properties. Nothing better than signing someone up and then like, well, and trust me, this will happen. You sign someone up. You say, any other buildings you want me to look at? Well, I've got about 30 rental properties. Could you look at those for me? That's all right. Like my next week is booked. I'm not knocking another door. I'm just doing nothing but climbing roofs and filing claims for the next week. It's going to be a good payday because you asked that simple question. Hey, got any other buildings that you want me to look at? And trust me when I say, like, you'll be surprised how many people you run into that maybe they have a commercial building, maybe they own a bunch of rental properties. You should always be asking these questions. So the biggest part of this isn't to know that you should ask for referrals. Everybody in sales knows that they ask for referrals. The question is, what are you going to do to get it ingrained in yourself that you always ask for referrals? And the biggest example of this that I can think of is, I was a wrestler in high school, and I wrestled at a small Division III college, and so for basically, for about 8 years, I trained pretty much every day to do certain moves. And if this guy does this, I do this. If this guy does this, I do this. And 20 years later, I was with a friend who actually wrestled at Ohio State University. Unfortunately, I had about 50 pounds on him. But he and I were just fooling around one day, and he's like, "Yeah, let's jump on the mat and fool around." And it has probably been 20 years since I had wrestled or done anything with this. And in my mind, I was thinking, I don't even remember what I'm supposed to do. Like it's been so long. If he shoots, I don't know how I'm supposed to respond. And we weren't doing it for very long until he would make a move, and automatically my body would just do exactly what it's supposed to do, because I had trained myself so many times that if this happens, I do this, and my muscles just knew exactly what they were supposed to do. And it almost became like I was a spectator just watching my own body do what it was supposed to do, because it knew exactly what was supposed to happen. And when one thing happened, it immediately did what it was supposed to do, even though up in my brain I was nervous and couldn't remember what was supposed to happen. So, and wrestling's stupid. I mean, it's dumb. Like, I didn't make any money off of it. It was something I did for nothing but fun. And yet I got my body to the point that if it just naturally responded to that. And now this that we're talking about now, asking for referrals, this should be something that becomes that same muscle memory for you. If I'm on the phone with somebody, I'm asking for referrals. If I'm in front of somebody, I'm asking for referrals. It doesn't get that way naturally. It happens with work. And if people are out there for no reason other than just the sheer pride of winning a wrestling match, getting their bodies to the point that they naturally have that muscle memory, don't you think that you should get yourself to the point that you have the same sort of muscle memory with asking for referrals, so that you're not spending 8 hours knocking doors. You're just going up there and signing up a referral. Trust me, this job is a lot easier. So what we're talking about is creating time to spend with your family. We're talking about making the money that you want to make. We're talking about basically getting someone to give you referrals so that you don't have to spend another 4 hours knocking doors to get that next contract. Isn't it worth spending an hour a day practicing how you're going to ask referrals? Isn't it worth putting together kind of a reminder sheet that you keep in your folder? Whatever you have to do to get to the point that you ask for referrals every time. I mean, this is probably the most important video of the entire series, because people who, this is, I mean, everybody can go out and sign a contract. If you put in enough work, you're going to sign a contract. That's just the nature of it. But eventually you're going to get tired of knocking doors. It gets a little repetitive, it gets a little boring, and it kind of loses its luster. If you really want a long-term and lucrative, career in the business of selling roofs, you have to get to the point that you ask for referrals every time. And when you ask for referrals every time, you get to the point. Everyone that I know that is a long-term career in the roofing industry doesn't do a lot of knocking doors. We ask for referrals. We ask for referrals every chance we get. We ask for referral every opportunity. We're going to ask for referrals because I'd much rather wake up in the morning, look at my calendar, and say, all right, I got 4 appointments. I need to go out and do inspections, sign contracts, rather than, well, I guess I need to go out and knock some doors and drum things up. If this is up to you, it's going to come down to you. If you put in the work ahead of time, then when you get to that point that you've signed a contract, you're going to ask for referrals. You're going to ask about putting a yard sign in. If you don't put in the work, you're not going to ask for referrals. You're going to be sitting at the sales, at the next sales meeting. Everyone's going to be sitting around the table. Oh, I got this. This. Well, where'd you get that? Well, it was a referral from so and so. It was a referral from so and so. And you're going to wonder, how are these people getting all these referrals? They put in the work. They question. They ask the questions. They put the yard signs in. They're working their social media. They're using their current customers to get that next customers, and it's up to you. You can put in the work ahead of time and be prepared so that the moment you sign that contract, you're thinking, all right, how do I get referrals? Or you can be that weak salesperson that's like, oh yeah, I should have asked for referrals. I think I'll do it next time. It's not something that's going to happen next time. It's something that you decide today that you're going to do every time you talk to a customer, and you practice it. You practice it. You put your spiel together. You put it in place, and you have it practiced, polished, and ready. And you go out there and you get referrals. And again, as I say every time, I'm here as a resource for you. You put something together. If you want my help, I'm here. The best thing you can do, if you want to make more money, if you really want to make more money at this, you will role play every part of your sale. Everything that happens, you will role play. You'll practice it in front of a mirror. You'll get it down pat to the point that you absolutely love the way that it sounds. You'll call me up and say, hey, Dustin, I put together this part of my sale. I want you to listen to it. How does it sound? We'll role play it together. I'll give you some critiques, some opportunity. This is putting on an act. This is putting on a play. Everything you do, from your body language to your facial expressions, everything you do matters. Everything you do is going to help you increase your closing ratios. It's going to help you increase the number of times you get referrals. And I'm here as a resource. I put these videos together so that you can get the baseline information from these videos, and then we can put my time can be spent working with you to make sure that you're improved on this. So that's what I'm here for. I'm not the type of guy that grabs a horse and takes him to the river and forces him to drink. If you don't want to drink, this industry is probably not for you. But I'm here for you. I mean, the most important priority, the most important thing in my day is working with people who want me to work with them. So my sales pitch is that I'm here for you. If you call and say, hey, I want to work on this, that is the most important thing that I have to do for the day, is working with you to get better. I'm not going to force you to do it. If there are plenty of people that don't want to spend time role playing. It's embarrassing, it's awkward, it's uncomfortable. I don't like doing it. I don't like putting in the time. Hey, I get it. You're a loser. You don't want to win? Don't win. I don't care. I'm not going to force you to. I'm here to work with winners. You want to win? Call me up. Let's practice role playing. That's what I'm here for. I'm here to work with the winners. People that don't want to do it, hey, it was nice knowing you. Have fun in the 3 months you're here. You pick up a few contracts, shuffle your way out of the industry. Happens every day. No harm, no foul. I don't feel bad either way. But I'm here to work with the winners that want to win, and that is my top priority. So if you want to role play this, you want to practice, like this is, guys, like this is the most important thing. When you start asking for referrals, and you start asking for referrals every time, this job gets really easy, because you train. When you learn to teach your customers to get you more customers, you'll have customers that are calling you up 3 months from now. Hey, I was just talking with Bill. He needs a new roof. Can you give him a call? Yeah, I'll give him a call right away. Boom, done. You have them on your social media. Hey, Merry Christmas to everyone that helped me, help make this a great year for me. Boom, you tag all of them in it, and suddenly their friends are calling you up. Hey, Bill, I remember Bill said you did a great job taking care of their roof. Boom, there's another 5 or 10 in the middle of the winter because you were working your referrals and working your social media. But it's not going to happen naturally. You don't just watch this video and say, yeah, that's a great idea. I'm going to ask for referrals. I mean, if you're an experienced salesperson and you do it already, good. We probably don't need to go over this. But if you're new to this, if you've never asked for a referral, it's not going to happen unless you plan to make it happen. So I'm here to help you make that happen. That's my top priority. That's what I'm here for. Put together a plan on how you're going to ask for referrals. Call me. Let's go over it. Let's practice it. If you have any questions, if you have any suggestions, that's what I'm here for. So hope all's well. Like I said, give me a call. Let's work through this. Let's get better. Thanks. Have a great day.